Good morning, everyone. It is May 11th, which is the first day of the Summer Tone It Up Challenge series, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to film another video, which is probably out before this, kind of talking more about it. I'm going to try something called pre-workout, which it's basically an energy mix, drink, whatever you want to call it, that will give you what you need while you're working out. You're supposed to drink it like 30 minutes before. So what I want my routine to be is to get up, have a glass of that while I'm getting dressed, maybe do some actual stretching, and then do my workout. Go for a walk with it, because that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go for a walk around the apartment complex and then come back and do today's focus is total body. And so I went on YouTube and found a total body workout that I'm going to do, one that I actually really like. I skimmed through it this morning. I have a lot saved for Blogilates and Tone It Up, but one thing I wanted to talk about is I'm going to share, this may look familiar to you guys. This is not AirPods. I test out these. They're like AirPods, but they're not AirPods. My mom got me these a while ago. I thought she accidentally left them, but they fit in your ear. And when I went running last week, the Bluetooth headphones that I used kept bouncing out of my ears, and it was a distraction. So I'm going to try using these. So I'll tell you how they work. Or if this one even turns on. Well, the light's on. Woo! They work. It just said connected. Whew. Did half-mile walk, power walk, sunset sculpt. I just ended it with a fitness martial circus, which I've been practicing to get it down. Got it down. Feeling real proud of myself.
Real quick, I don't know if this is going to develop into anything, but I just thought it was really interesting and I wanted to share it. I just got an email from Disney. And it's basically, long story short, it's an invitation to start what they're calling a pilot program for children's activities at Disney Springs. Now, I have no idea where or what or how they will go about doing this. The basis of children's activities is literally pool party, campfire, and movie night, like across all resorts. That is the basis. Whenever they have children's activities outside of the resorts, for example, when they have them at ESPN sometimes, typically it's our pool party activities just outside of the pool, so like hula hoop stuff like that. So I'm curious if that's what they're going to do. My only concern is, and my concern going back into children's activities in general, is how they're going to do safety precautions involved in this, because it was really hard to do children's activities with our safety precautions put in place anyway. And typically the guests that we had there were there for a very long time, so it was easy to rotate through guests. Whereas Disney Springs, I can only imagine they'll stop by for like a couple of minutes and then leave and continue going shopping or whatever. So that, and who knows how big the crowd will actually be when Disney Springs does eventually open. But I'm glad that they're thinking about this, because honestly, in the back of my head, I was worried that children's activities wouldn't be a thing when we eventually opened up. So this gives me hope for my job security. But what they are doing is they are calling people. I haven't gotten a call yet, but it's through all children's activities all over property. And they're calling through what they're calling global seniority. So basically, the children's activities cast member that has the most seniority over everyone on Disney property is going to get called first, and then they're just going to go down the list. Since I just got children's activities seniority, my full-time seniority, in December, well, I guess I never thought about it. I do have a couple more months on, like, say, someone who just got it in March. But they're going through the list, and they're only picking 12 cast members, which is why I don't think I'm actually going to get a call, which is fine. But I just thought it was interesting that they're doing this. And I'm really curious to see how that turns out, because I do want to go to Disney Springs when it does open up. I have some things that I need to pick up from World of Disney. But I definitely will keep an eye out for them and give them a social distance high five saying, hey, thanks for representing children's activities. Way to go, guys. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you because I thought that was really interesting. And I hope that all works out because it's definitely something different and something new. But just with any opening team activity that I have had experience in, it's definitely a roller coaster. So cheers to them. I hope they do really well, the 12 that are eventually picked.
I had major issues sleeping last night. The cat has continued to wake me up at 5:30 yes, I'm talking to you. This cat has decided to wake me up at 5:30 every morning, and she looks away. I don't know what you're talking about, Mom. But anyway, I was very looking forward to trying out my pre-workout. My pre-workout drink, by the way, I just got it yesterday thanks to Shipped Target, is this C4 Sport pre-workout, watermelon flavored. I decided to get watermelon because typically with stuff like that, like watermelon tastes really good, and I absolutely love the taste of watermelon pretty much in anything artificial. There's very few watermelon things that I've tried that I didn't like. The powder, literally, like pouring it in, smells like a watermelon Jolly Rancher, which is my favorite Jolly Rancher. And this tastes amazing. And so I'm going to drink this, walk around. I probably poured way too much. Just one scoop for a glass, which this is way more than a glass. I'm going to walk around the apartment complex and then come back and do the workout that I have planned today. Is Beach Babe mashup workout, HIIT, booty, abs, and arms. Today's focus is HIIT, which I typically don't like because it's high intensity, which means I'm going to die. But I may plan a bath afterwards. Who knows? But anyway, I'm going to go for my walk now before the cat starts freaking out for breakfast. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so I've showered, I've eaten. I don't know if it's because I had a very light dinner. I was so hungry by the time I got out of the shower. And like my legs are killing me. My arms aren't bothering me as much, but like the arm workouts, I went kind of low on I used my smaller weights versus my larger weights because I knew that my heart was going to be like bum, 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 so I didn't want to like stress out my body even more, which I did get like a really good workout. The one I also loved that they ended with stretching, so I'm really bad about stretching afterwards. The pre-workout worked wonders, got me through the workout, was great. The only thing was, and this is again probably because I did a HIIT workout, I was extremely dehydrated. Like I just felt really weak, and so I drank a lot of water, got food in me. I ended up, typically I just have my whole wheat or multigrain Cheerios with strawberries and almond milk, and then I'll make tea and I'll put like protein in that to kind of give me that extra protein. But I was like, I need something in my stomach now, and I didn't want to eat my protein bars just yet, so I made a protein shake with a little bit of instant coffee in it. So I made like a mocha because it was chocolate flavored. I have to schedule an HR appointment with Disney because I have not received, it's been 2 weeks since they put in our furlough information, and I have not received any emails. I tried this. Can you just have them resend the pin or make sure my information has been submitted? Or even if I've even been checking the mail because it says you're supposed to get an email or a letter in the mail, and I have gotten neither. Almost every other day or every couple of days the website is down for maintenance, so that doesn't help either. Good morning, guys. I just want to be in bed all day. But we must go on and do the next right thing. I'm going to set you here because I can barely hold on to you. My arms are so tired. So I ended up going for a run because I just put on my running playlist and I just had the gusto to run. And so in bed this morning I planned out moves, basically a battle plan for an ab workout and an arm workout, getting inspiration from the Tone It Up girls. And I found out I hurt, there's a tendon, or even just doing this hurts. Like my back in here, and the side here, and I found out what move it was too. So you put your arms here and then you kick to the side, keeping your core engaged. And literally just doing this and sucking in my stomach, keeping my core, I can feel it right in here, hurts. Because as soon as I did my first kick, it hurts so bad. I don't know if you can tell, after you do an arm workout, your arms always look bulkier. Mine does not, for whatever reason right now. I pushed myself with my arm workout today and my arms are like jello. Anyway, I need to go take a shower because the water's running and I'm all sweaty. So I have been like pacing for the last 15 minutes worrying about like this phone call from HR, mostly because, again, worst case scenario. I had the call. The lady at Disney HR was very sweet, very calm. She answered all of my questions. The only issue, one, she said that there are still cast members waiting for their response back, basically, for unemployment, which made me feel a little bit better. Unfortunately, she said this week is the last, or the week that I have to sign in with my PIN, which is not great, because I haven't received my PIN yet. For whatever reason, they didn't send it to my work email, even though that's what they've been using to send like all this furlough update information for cast members, like in bulk. They didn't see, I don't know how this makes any sense, they didn't see that I had a personal email on file, this is also what I love, is that when I requested this call, HR call, you can put in like your reason for calling, so she was able to go online and check all of my information, so she know it is submitted, which makes me feel good. That means that they have my information, like the state does. It just means that, so I don't have to file for unemployment again as of right now. This just means that I have to get now access to my PIN, but unfortunately, because it wasn't sent to my work email and it wasn't sent to my personal email, that means that, and I wish I did this call last week, that I'm supposed to get a letter in the mail. Now, I've been checking the mail every single day on my walks and in the afternoon, just kind of like peeking in the mailbox, and I haven't received anything. He gave me a number that I can call to chat with him about it, which I'm so upset because this is bringing back flashbacks to my Social Security card issue that I had when I couldn't get into that account, and I can like reset things and stuff, but I'm just so frustrated because this is becoming more complicated than it needs to, and I don't even know how do they not have my personal email on file? I don't know what will happen if I can't access it by the end of the week. Am I gonna have to reapply for unemployment again? Like, I'm so annoyed. I'm not gonna lie, guys. After trying to reset the PIN questions, like every 30 minutes, I finally gave up after like a couple of hours of doing that. I tried calling and I keep getting there are no available agents. There's no availability for requesting a callback, which is not true, because one time when I called them randomly, I got on hold and they were like, you can also put in a request for a callback. But like I didn't have time in that moment to sit there, and so I hung up, and then I called them back like a couple minutes later, and like ever since then I haven't been able to get in contact with them. So like, me for not just keeping them on hold. Added to a cast members with unemployment/furlough issues Facebook group, and seems to me like a lot of us are in the same boat, which on the one hand makes me feel better. On the other hand, Disney submitting this stuff for us was supposed to make it easier, and from what it looks like, it might have just been easier for us to submit the claims ourselves. Like, the more I look into it, the more I'm like realizing I'm just finding more and more and more and more problems to this whole unemployment thing, which I know that's like the thing that's been going around, is this whole unemployment system is so screwed up, but like it just seems to get worse the more I travel down this road. I have been working on this since it's
let's see, 3:30. I've been trying to work on this, like research ways on how to get around this, how to fix it, other options other than calling, going over the answers for, let's see, since it's now 3:30 and I started doing this after I got off the phone, which was around noon. So I've been doing this for almost 4 hours. So I think for today, I'm just going to, at least right now, I need to take a break because I'm like so stressed and I just feel so defeated. I hate this. I'm so ready for Disney to open up and us all to wear face masks and gloves and be like, don't touch me. I'm just ready for that day. Good morning. It is Thursday. I'm in a really weird mood. Yesterday was really not good for me. I have my energy drink over there. It's actually, Jared just left work. It's like 7 o'clock. I've been up since a little before 6. But good news is I pulled up Pokemon Go, for those who care about Pokemon Go still. But now we have a gym, a Pokestop by our pool, which is close to us, so yay. And then we have 2 more Pokestops on the other side of the apartment. And me, being me, was like, I now have motivation to go for longer walks. Yeah, and then we're gonna deal with the furlough stuff, but I don't want to think about that right now. So many other things can go wrong. It just overwhelmed me and is continuing to overwhelm me. And I think that's what it really is, that it's not just a simple, you submit your unemployment, they approve it, and then you get your money. It's not like that. There's like a lot more that goes into it, and yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about it. Alrighty, I don't remember the last thing that I vlogged today. Called the number again. I was actually able to immediately go to call waiting, as in like they played like waiting music. 30 minutes later, they pick up the phone. It was a very nice lady. Basically what she told me is my information had been processed for furlough, which is great. Good news. She also said that I had money, like funds waiting for me, which is also great, and that I should be receiving in the mail which is kind of nerve-wracking because snail mail doesn't always arrive to us properly. Apparently it was processed on the 10th, so it was only processed, what's today? Today's the 14th, so it was only processed this week. I don't know if they said that you have like 30 days to access it after it's been submitted or after it's been processed and approved. I don't know, because we're coming up on the 19th, which is supposedly when Disney submitted everything, which is why I've been so nerve-wracked about everything. But if it was only just now processed, like part of me feels like I shouldn't have to worry as much. I still, before I to wrap this up, so she gave me a temporary PIN, typed it in. I was able to go on this webpage and reset my PIN and reset all my security questions, which is great. The only problem is, at first I decided to have it be my PIN randomly be generated from my computer, because you know how like they can randomly make passwords and things for you. And I was like, yeah, we'll do that. And I continued to submit all the questions and everything. And then I hit submit and it was like, you can't use this PIN. But then at that point I was like, I'd already hung up with her. Like we had to finish that. It had been a couple minutes since I was like filling out the security questions. I literally even wrote them down so that way I would know and remember. And it was like, we can't take this PIN that you've given us, as in like the one that I made up. and I was like, shoot, I don't know what my old pin is. And so I literally have just been sitting here spending the last 15 minutes because I remembered 2 of the numbers and I couldn't remember the other 2, writing down different variations that the pin could have been, typing them all in, and I finally went through all the ones that I thought it was, and I've just given up. Called them back. Luckily, they were able to do the whole callback thing, so I'll get a call back when it is my turn. I'm just frustrated because if I had just stayed on the phone with her to make sure everything was taken care of, or even if Jared was in the room, because this is why I always have Jared in the room when I do things like this, because if something goes wrong, he either knows what to do, or he remembers the process, or he's like my partner in crime. They only reset pins Monday through Friday because they don't work on the weekends. Which, I mean, good for you, but like, oh, it's just so frustrating. I did it all on my own. So I'm literally sitting here playing Pokemon Go, watching Markiplier, and I'm like trying to kill time and not think about all of this while thinking about this in the back of my head. And I look over at this sheet of numbers, and I just look at a number and I'm like, what about this? Like this number. And I try it, and lo and behold, it works. So right now it says my weekly benefit amount is $200. So I need to now go and double check to make sure that that is correct, because from what I've heard from other cast members, that's not correct. I'm just glad that I got this working. I'm just like, miracle. It's a freaking miracle. Good morning, everyone. I hurt my arm yesterday, like late last night. I was like playing with the cat, and I was like doing this, holding her, because I'm getting cocky about being stronger. And yeah, I pulled a joint in my upper arm. So we're gonna have to be really careful when we do workouts today. I'm gonna go play a little bit of Pokemon Go and go for a walk. No, Kiki, you're not coming with me today. Just finished my workout. I did end up going for a run. I decided that I was just gonna like jog at a leisurely pace, since I need to practice jogging at a leisurely pace. Get the Pokestops on Pokemon Go. Passed by the one that's near our pool, and I noticed that Team Rocket had taken over it. Now, for those who don't understand or play Pokemon Go, the following information may go right over your head or may not sound important at all. But rarely ever do I have the time to fight a Pokestop that's been taking over Team Rocket, nor do I see one that I have access to, that I can go to. I ran in like a circle around battling Team Rocket the entire time. You want to talk about multitasking. And then I went straight into my workout. I am coated in sweat. I feel so disgusting. Ever since I started doing that pre-workout, I like highly recommend you have some sort of pre-workout that it doesn't have any caffeine in it. It's just pure vitamins, but it tastes amazing. It tastes like a watermelon Jolly Rancher, and it only takes a cup, like 1 glass, and it kicks in, I would say, rather quickly, and works wonders. Anyway, I'm gonna go take a shower because I'm hot and sweaty, and then probably get ready to end this vlog so I can edit it, because there's a lot of footage in this one. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for sticking it through this long and roller coaster of a vlog with all of the unemployment issues that I've had. Jared and I haven't looked over my claim yet. We're going to look over it over this weekend and then see and make sure everything is okay. But the important part has been done. I have access to it. I can see and change things. Most of the issues have been taken care of. So that is what is important. And I know there are so many people who have had issues for, in my opinion, very stupid reasons. You'd think with technology being the way it is, that things would be easier, like with stuff like this. Unfortunately, that is not the case. And if you're still having issues with your unemployment, I am so sorry. I totally understand. The number that I called was 1-800-297-0586. And like I had mentioned, you can have a callback, you can stay on hold, or you won't be able to get through it all. From what I've seen, there's no specific time that's better than, others, like morning or afternoon or on a certain day. Stick with it. Don't give up. You'll get it. you know, everything will work out in the end. You just got to keep telling yourself that. Yeah, I am very excited. Jared and I are very excited to go to Disney Springs. We've been talking about it like every single night for the last couple of days. We are going to go. I don't know when. I don't know if we're going to go together. I don't know if I'm going to pop in a couple of times throughout the week. I do not know how that's all going to happen. Apparently on Monday, a lot of restaurants and places are going to be opening up to 50% capacity, so that's interesting. The parks are going to be a lot different from what we remember it being. Even when I go back to work, I may not go back to children's activities for a while. I don't know. I may not go back to Wilderness Lodge for a while. That we don't even know about the resorts, if those are going to be opening anytime soon. So life is going to be very different for when we do eventually go back to a normal. It's going to be very much a new normal. And the sooner that we accept that, the sooner we accept face masks, gloves, sanitation, that all of this is going to be a, you know, normal part of our routine, daily routine, the easier it will be to get back to somewhat of a normal. Be patient with restaurants, be patient with servers, be patient with anybody that you're going to, really. Like, there's so much going on and everything is still being sorted out, so just be patient. That's all you can do. And for goodness sakes, wear a face mask. I hope you guys have a great weekend or have a great week whenever you're watching this. Stay safe, guys. Wear a mask. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.